Good afternoon, one and all present here. Show your thumbs up if you have been watching me for the live session. I'll surely start in a moment's time. Good afternoon, one and all present here. I am Divya Bose. First and foremost, I would like to thank Amul and Pima for giving me an opportunity to be here amongst you all in this afternoon to present my skills. As far as I am concerned, I am a chef trainer in one of the premier institutes in hotel management, IHM Pusa. It is the institute which is located in Delhi. I have been an alumnus of the same and now I am a faculty there. As far as my teaching skills are concerned, I am taking bakery and confectionery as my prime subject. I am passionately and professionally a chef trainer, as I've told you earlier as well. And I have won accolades in national and international competitions. I have mentored students for the same as well. I am a food gourmet, a writer, a food critic, and now an author of a book soon to be. I am a body positivity model as well. As far as today's recipe is concerned, it is a very simple, very easy, very interesting recipe. Just in minutes you could be able to prepare it. So the recipe's name is blancmange. It's a French dessert and it's a very retro yet very chic and very easy and very simple dessert. It is made out of using some milk. It could be full cream milk. I'll be using Amul milk, and I'll also be using some thickener, which is corn flour, and I'll be using some sugar. So just 1, 2 and 3 main ingredients and you have the dessert in hand. But a little time it would take to set, so you have to prepare it beforehand and set it in the fridge so that you can present to your guest whenever you require. So let's start with the preparations. I'm taking a pan, a basic non-stick pan or maybe a cookware like this, wherein I'll be adding the milk. The quantity and the proportion of milk is for preparing 2 portions. You will be requiring 250 ml of milk. I am taking whole cream milk. And I have retained some part of it so that I can mix it with some amount of corn flour. So this is the measured corn flour which I will be utilizing. This is approximately 25 grams of corn flour. It will be the thickening agent. So for those of you who don't consume corn flour, you can also use Indian version or an Indian variant. If you have heard firni, so you can use rice powder as well in the same quantity. So I am adding some amount of milk to dilute it into the bowl. You may use warm milk or you may use cold milk as well, but not boiling milk, otherwise lumps will be formed and you will face problem while mixing it. So this is the slurry which I have prepared. No lumps into it. As far as the remaining milk is concerned, I am going to heat it. Sugar I am taking very less because I am going to dress my dessert using some amount of cherry compote which I have prepared beforehand for you. So I am using some grain sugar here and some brown sugar to give that color to it. You may use gur, you may use jaggery as well, nolen gur as well. I am just putting it onto the flame and adding sugar to it. You have to be really watchful while doing this. Just a simmer and you have to slow down the flame. So meanwhile this is happening, what I can tell you is you can use corn flour, as I've told you, as a thickener. You can use rice flour as a thickener. You can use there are two variations of basically blancmange. It's a French dessert, and there's an English variant also which uses gelatin in it. So just to avoid gelatin and to prepare a veg variation of blancmange, I'm using corn flour, and I really like the texture which is given by corn flour rather than by gelatin. Gelatin sets it's really firm, which I really don't prefer. Any questions for now? I can answer it. So you are simmering the milk after adding sugar to it. You may use honey as a sweetener. You may use maple syrup as a sweetener. For your liking, you may add any of these. Or just in case you want to, I really like it of vanilla base, so that you can top it up with garnishes of your liking, because vanilla balances every flavor. So I'm making a vanilla flavor. So my milk has come to a boil. Here I am just cooling it down a bit. Okay, one more thing, you can really avoid whisking it, because whisking actually adds to aeration and a lot of bubbles come into the mixture. So what you can do is, you can, I'm just cooling it so that I can prepare it really well and fast. We are short in time.
People are coming up with questions. What exactly are you making?
Okay, it is a French dessert known as blancmange. Basically a sweet, rich and a very creamy pudding made out of milk. You can also add some cream, fresh cream, or maybe dairy cream, or maybe low fat cream to enhance the flavor of it, cream or richness of it. And I've added sugar to it. I'm thickening it with corn flour slurry. So I am adding the corn flour slurry into the mixture of milk very slowly. I'm mixing it because usually corn flour settles at the bottom. And I'm again going to cook it to a consistency which I'm going to show you right now. Again, switching on to the flame. Energy conservation. So always use your resources efficiently.
A question from Forum Parmar. He is asking, is gelatin non-veg?
Gelatin is non-veg, but a vegetarian variant of it is available, which is agar agar. It's readily available in markets. So you can use agar agar if you want to set mousses or souffles.
Another question, can we use jaggery powder?
Yes, of course you can. I really like the earthiness of jaggery, so you can add jaggery to it, and it's more so its GI index is very low, glycemic index. So instead of sugar or refined sugar, you can use jaggery. I really love the flavor of jaggery. I am using brown sugar here, by the way. The flame has to be really slow, because once it starts cooking, then it will get thickened very fast. You will not be able to manage yourself then. Yeah, it has started thickening now. Okay, I'll be using a glass to pour this, because I really want to layer it up. Just in case, if you want to put it in a mold, use a silicone mold and gently dab a tissue paper with some oil and grease the inner lining of your mold, and then pour this mixture. Otherwise, you will not be able to demold it nicely. So you may put it in a mold as well, a silicone mold preferably. Now see, this is the consistency I'm looking at. here. It is coating the back of the whisk I'm using, and some more. It should leave the sides of the pan basically. And that's the right consistency. You may alter the consistency by adding more of corn flour, but I really don't like it really lumpy. So I have reduced the quantity to 25 grams of corn flour to 250 ml of milk. I can show you the consistency by putting it through a spoon, back of spoon. Here, see, it's coating. This is the consistency I'm looking at. So this is cooked. I'm keeping it aside.
Another question. Which other flavors can be made?
Oh, good question. What you can do is you can actually use your fresh fruits which are in abundance these days, such as mangoes, such as strawberries. You can use the pulp of it. It goes really well. You can use cherries. So anything which is not very watery. Don't add melons, and please don't add watermelon to it. It will leave the pudding very watery and it will not be set as per the requirements. So my mixture is getting cooled up because I really want to put it in a glass. I'll be using this beautiful glass. I'll be using a layer of blancmange in it, and then I am going to put lot of garnishes to it which I have prepared for you. My garnish tray is really ready with lot of things. Now meanwhile this is getting cooled. Before putting it into the glass, let's check about the new way crumble. You must have heard crumbles of various variants, made out of flour, made out of refined flour, made out of oats these days, but mine is a cross between a churma, a Rajasthani churma, and Punjabi churi, which we actually have. It is a very innovative way of utilizing your leftover chapatis. And see what I have done for you. I have prepared the churma for you already with the chapatis I had which were not consumed. So I have blitzed the chapati into a blender. I have added some warm ghee, some roasted melon seeds and some sugar to it, and it's ready to go. But there's a twist in it, as I've told you. This is going to have some chocolate to it, which is Amul dark chocolate. I have melted it and I am going to prepare this here for you. So I am retaining some amount of churma. And I am adding chocolate to it. And I am going to put some amount of some more seeds to it. Those are chia seeds. Here is my spoonful measurement, a small tiny spoonful of chia seeds, again roasted ones. I have put melon seeds earlier for you. I'm going to give it a quick stir so that all the chocolate melts into it. The melted chocolate gets dissolved and mixed into it completely and gives a beautiful texture. So I think for those of you, if you are not really keen on having chapati, so you can have this beautiful dessert, put a glassful of blancmange, put some crumble on top, beautiful crumble made out of parathas or multigrain chapatis. Some chocolate will not do any harm, and moreover it is dark chocolate, one of my favorites. So Amul's chocolate is balanced, not very what do you say, very sweet and not very so this is done beautifully, all combined. I am just pressing it through so that all the chocolate gets mixed up properly. It's looking gorgeous. The brown of the chapatis, some ghee. So as you know, crumble is made out of as we know, some flour, some oats, some sugar into it, some butter into it, and you actually bake it over a layer of fruits. But I'm not going to bake it, as I have properly cooked the chapatis and I have cooked it with some ghee also. So I'm just mixing it with all the ingredients and making this beautiful easy crumble for you here. A dash of, I would say, lemon zest will not harm also. Look at that. Wow. Isn't it gorgeous? You have to dig in to actually taste it. So this was my twist about the crumble. Look at this. Beautiful. So let's go back to the blancmange. Wow. I'm whisking it so that no skin formation is there. Look at that. Wow. If I put it for a while, it'll be very firm and you will not be able to pour it into your glass. You may use any glass. You may use a katori, you may use a contemporary wine glass, you may use those glasses with the spoons as well. But I preferably like this glass of mine really very much. So I'm just transferring it directly. Wow. It's pouring and flowing. Very nice. Look at the color, the brown color. Okay, you may add a variation to it by adding some cocoa powder. And you may also add some amount of chocolate if you really like. Chocolate would help in setting the blancmange really nicely. See, I have not put the fill the glass till top because I'm going to dress it with beautiful garnishes which I prepared for you. This goes into the fridge. We move to the glasses for dressing which I have prepared earlier for you, and I hope you're going to love the garnishing of it. Just a second, we'll be back.
A question: what is the ratio of crumble?
Ratio of crumble, just a second, I'll just be back with you. Okay, some frost in here on my wine glass. So I prepared a vanilla blancmange for you already. For the crumble as is concerned, I have taken 2 medium-sized chapatis, and this portion is quite a lot. It will be utilized for approximately 6 portions of dessert. So approximately 2 chapatis, some amount of sugar. As per liking, I really like less sugar into it because I want to get the taste of the whole wheat and the ghee. By the way, you can add butter as well to prepare your crumble. So proportion would be a very Indianized version of crumble it is. So I've added 2 chapatis, approximately 20 to 25 grams of ghee into it, warm ghee, so that it gets incorporated into the chapatis. I have to work it, mix it really nicely, and then I've added roasted seeds to it, some chia seeds and some melon seeds into it, and of course some chocolate of Amul which I really like. So this is the crumble for you. This is the wine glass I have prepared. Now the dressing part of it. Any questions so far?
People are asking where we can find the recipe.
I will be posting the recipe on this platform as well, and I will be posting the recipe or maybe the entire case of it with the garnishes on my Insta handle, which you can follow, and surely I can discuss the recipe on this platform if you message me, or maybe I can put it in the comments later after the session. Thank you. So this is very beautiful cherry compote which I have prepared. Look at the gorgeous color of it, and nothing much. Some cherries. I have pitted the cherries. It means de-seeding the cherries. If you don't have a cherry pitter, use a straw to de-seed, or just a basic knife can also help. So some cherry compote, cherries into the pan, some sugar, approximately 200 grams of cherries to 50 grams of sugar, approximately 1 tablespoon of water and lemon juice, and it is good to go. You have to cook it till the cherries gets mushy and beautiful and gorgeous like this. So take a long handled spoon if you can, so that you can go easily inside the glass. And I am just putting a layer of some shea first, beautiful shea. I am just rotating the glass from the stem so that your glass doesn't get fingerprints onto this balloon of the glass. I'm putting on the sides. Look beautiful it looks. It gives a crunch to the entire thing. Now the gorgeous cherry, I am just removing the liquid part and I'm adding just the pulp of cherry. Wow, you should make this. This is a staple whenever cherries are here in season. So I'm just putting it on the side to give it that cool color and that layer which will be visible from outside. Beautiful. Wow. Amazing. Can I show it to you? I'll just come easily, quickly. I'll just hold my glass very politely and nicely and gently for you. Yes, look at that. That layer, beautiful. Make sure that your blancmange is set so that if you put anything on top of it, it shouldn't sink. So it is very necessary to make the blancmange in advance and then set it in fridge, but not in freezer, because once the ice would melt, it will give watery layer onto the top. So no harm putting some more. Now the gorgeous crumble. I'm just going to pile it up. I'm not going to flatten it. Wow. Okay, please sanitize your hands beforehand. I did it before the session because of the corona epidemic which we are facing. Not much of it. This looks beautifully amazing. Now I am using these pretty flowers for you here. These are known as Sadabahar or periwinkle. I am using the petals of it here. Just few of those here, and it's good for diabetes, by the way, and its leaves also. A teeny mini leaf of it, a very supple leaf inside. I'm using a cherry. You may pit it, please. Remove the, and I am just placing it here beautifully onto the side, nicely. Okay, this again a leaf of periwinkle. This is a leaf from marigold plant. I'm just putting it. Looks gorgeous from here. I have another garnish for you here. Very beautiful. This garnish, look at that. Look at the beauty. Wow. This is ये coral garnish है. Look at, you can actually see through it. And I am just putting it onto the side to balance it. I can discuss the recipe later with you of this as well. And just to give it a beautiful little twist, I am placing twig of my periwinkle here, and a small flower, maybe, just in case if I have one. Wow, just look at that. If you can show this to the guest we have. Isn't it beautiful? So dynamic, so easy, nothing much you require from the market, everything in hand. And I have one more presentation for you. I'm going to plate it for you just now in next 2 to 3 minutes. Give me a second again. I'm going to go to the refrigerator for a reason that this is a dairy product and temperature is not very stable these days, and dairy products can get off really because of the temperature. So I'm putting it into the fridge and getting another one for you to garnish with me.
Arvind Negi is asking, is the flower edible?
Yes, flower. This flower is edible. This is known as Sadabahar, and in English it is known as periwinkle. You may kindly check. This is another layer, or this is a basic blancmange with some cardamom flavor into it. So another version of it I am preparing. This is a basic thandai syrup. I really love thandai, and add to the color of the dish as well. So you may use mango puree as well for giving color. You may use passion fruit as well, but thandai was readily available and I really like it. So thandai for me this time. I'm just pouring it really gently, again keeping in mind a blob of it has fallen inside, so maybe I just quickly remove it and just gently roll it onto the sides. And this is having a good layer of thandai. Again, very conveniently, I am using my crumble here, but I have some roasted melon seeds with me, so I'm putting it to give it a crunchy layer and a distinction, ताकि आपको sides पे दिखे. And आप कोई भी nuts use कर सकते हैं वैसे, जैसे कि almonds, pistachios would really look good with this combination. I can use pistachios as well, maybe next time. I'm going to put a flattened layer of crumble this time, not much heaped one. So gently onto the sides first. Yeah, very nice. The aroma is so nice. I hope you are enjoying it as well, and please send me your variations of it. I would love to see it, that how you can actually prepare variations and cherish it. See, I have flattened the layer and it is giving a distinctive layer as well. See, the white, the yellow and the brown on top looks gorgeous. Now I have the same garnish. Okay, I shall show this to you as well. This is a yellow marigold flower, and मैंने इसका ये लंबा सा फ्लावर जब प्लग किया था, इसके पीछे एक वाइट सा पार्ट होता है, उसे बोलते हैं हील. उसको निकालना बहुत ज़रूरी होता है, नहीं तो अदरवाइज वो आपको एक कड़वापन देगा. सो आई एम जस्ट पुटिंग गार्निशेस लाइक दिस, and I have some fruits to top it up with. Just a second. I have put less crumble here for a reason because I wanted to put these beautiful fruits. These are scoops of melon and papaya. It will give a beautiful contrast. बहुत अच्छा contrast देगा ये आपके ब्लमांच को. देखिए, अगर आप कोई भी चीज़ हैवी डाल रहे हैं, ब्लमांच में सिंक करने वाली है, तो प्लीज़ ब्लमांच को पहले आप अच्छी तरीके से सेट कर लीजिए. अदरवाइज नहीं तो वो ब्लमांच में सारा का सारा आपका दब जाएगा नीचे और सिंक कर जाएगा. Wow, isn't it gorgeous? Some fruits and a healthy muesli or some. Now I am putting a green contrast as I've talked about it. Some garnish, a smaller version of it I've prepared already. See the same garnish, the coral tui. I am putting it, placing it like this, onto the fruits, and I am here using some beautiful small supple leaves of mint to top it up. Oh, it's falling off. Doesn't matter. You can fix it up. Sorry, you may use another one. No hassles about it. No additional garnish would harm anything for sure. Yes, fixed. And few more petals to give it that wow effect. These are edible flowers again, marigold. Marigold leaves are used very nicely in salads as well. I can show you the marigold leaf. I guess I've shown it to you already. This is the second version of it. Okay, these are the marigold leaves, by the way. Yeah, these are the ones. So this is my second version of the blancmange which I have prepared for you.
निकिता अग्रवाल पूछ रही हैं कि डिश का ओरिजिन क्या है.
It's a French origin dish, but two variations of it are available, an English version and a French version as well. So I prepared a French version this time. Look at this. Isn't it gorgeous? I have not put the garnish on top so that you can have another variations of it. I have put the small garnish in between. We can have a look at the recipes onto my Instagram later. Just a second. I'll hold both the things into my hand and show it to you so that you can see the variations yourself. Yeah, these are the blancmange two ways I have prepared, and I hope you like the recipe. You may contact me on my Instagram handle, and thank you Amul and Pima for this opportunity. I hope people would appreciate this and give me a positive feedback and get in touch for any queries. Thank you so much all.
माधवी is asking आपका Instagram handle क्या है?
My Instagram handle is Chef Divi. It's CHEFDIVY. Thank you. Thank you.